The life of John Gleason was honored today at a special Pearl Harbor memorial. Gleason was a decorated war veteran who remained active in public service even past the age of 100. Here are just some of the decades of memories, accomplishments, and love for this amazing man. If there was a book about the life of John Gleason, it would have a lot of chapters. He gave to his country and community his whole life, all 10+ decades. He knew and did a lot, from military service to aviation, business, family, and philanthropy. He passed away peacefully January 15th at the age of 102.
My father loved his family. He taught me through his example to say what I mean and mean what I say. Dad's Irish roots were evidenced by his sense of humor and the telling of many stories, some of which many of you heard more than once.
Many of those stories told at weekly talk story sessions at the Pearl Harbor Aviation Museum, of which he was a founding member. Gleason kept those up past the age of 100. It was at the museum that his memorial was held Sunday.
John joined the Civilian Conservation Corps, the CCCs, and worked in the California mountains for several years. The day after Pearl Harbor was bombed at 18 years old, he signed up and joined the Army Air Force. His love affair with flying began then and never ended, as most of you know. He was fearless, as many young men were, and fought hard for his country.
He flew bombing and undercover missions to help fight the Nazis in World War II, and he represented Hawaii as recently as the 80th anniversary of D-Day in Normandy, France. He and his wife of 75 years, Barbara, raised their family in Hawaii, where he remained active, perpetuating aviation history, flying even up through his last year of life, and serving his ohana and his community anytime he could.
And if I had to pick one word to describe my friend, that would be it: commitment. John was committed to every person he met, every job he did, every mission he flew.
John will be best remembered for his love of flying, his passion for others, and the care for his children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
Gleason is survived by 2 daughters, 5 grandchildren, 11 great-grandchildren, and 1 great-great-grandchild. His wife, 1 daughter, and a granddaughter had preceded him in passing.
When I first met John, he carried his grief honestly. He was sharp, direct, and sometimes a little grumpy. And rightfully so, he had just lost the love of his life of almost 75 years. But even then, it was clear that he was deeply alive, deeply thoughtful, and deeply committed to continuing on.
As this pillar of the community, both a witness to and a maker of history, was laid to rest, he was remembered as a giant even among the greatest generation.
John would always ask me, "Are you going to stick with me, kiddo?" And I would tell him, "I'm going to be there right till the end." And I'm glad I was able to honor that promise to him and keep my word, because he was able to be surrounded by loved ones to take his very last breath and go home.